They're sleek, they're cutting edge, they're top secret, and they're worth millions of dollars each.
It's a beauty. I'll take two.
They're concept cars. And before you can hop into your SUV or travel in your sports coupe across country, your vehicle starts here as an over-the-top prototype that can make even the most difficult-to-please consumer drool.
That car is hot, very hot.
Auto manufacturers spend fortunes to grab your attention and hold it. And with everything from the powerhouses of the future to the zero-emissions vehicles of the next generation and some of the wildest things to ever roll on four wheels, you're gonna travel to places you never thought possible as we take you behind the scenes and behind the wheel of the world's most extraordinary concept cars.
Design and sculpting and art and mixing with technology in a fun new way.
I come to see what's happening in the future.
Every year, auto manufacturers unveil the latest models of sports cars, sport utility vehicles, hybrids, trucks, even motorcycles. Right here.
They're all over the world. Japan uses car shows for the same reason, and so do the Germans and the Swedish and the English and the Italians. It's a great way of finding out what the public likes.
It's beautiful.
We'll see. I don't know. I may have to work a second job, but we'll see.
Second, third, who cares?
And if you travel to an auto show, you'll see it's like a debutante's ball for some of the newest designs and most advanced automotive technology. They're also where car designers reveal to the world incredible ideas for the future.
When we roll out a new concept, it's very much like opening night for a movie.
We expose them at various auto shows around the world where we have our toughest critics, the journalists, the buying publics, and our fellow designers.
Where else can you take a peek at concept dream machines like the super chic Mercury Messenger or the Chevrolet SS Concept that looks like a modern-day hot rod? You might be asking yourself, where can you buy one of these tricked-out fantasy cars? The answer? Nowhere. But why would an auto manufacturer spend tens of millions of dollars to build something they'll never sell?
Why do we build concepts? Well, that's a good question. One, because they're fun. And we need to test ideas, to ourselves, the engineering value, can we come up with something new and make it better? But we also need to test the ideas to the public.
They're trying to find out what the public, the people that are buying their cars and trucks, think about the concept. Does it make sense? Do we really think the public is going to embrace this new concept?
It's this huge experimental test to kind of get an idea for what people want, what they like.
Nice hoodie, I like it. I like it.
And concept cars cover just about every emotion. You never want to stop smiling while you're traveling? Then take a look at one of the craziest concepts straight from Japan. If you think it looks like a box, that's because it is.
Right now, there's a trend among Toyota and Honda for coming out with boxes, coming out with cubes. It's kind of hop in this thing and bring all your stuff with you.
If you're concerned that your next car might have too many blind spots, open your eyes wide. Almost every inch of this concept car is a window. It's designed for urban driving, small, electric-powered, and when you finally get that hard-to-find parking space, just unload your very own scooter to make getting around town quick and easy. And if you're wondering, when is this vehicle going to be put on the market? Let's just say your grandchildren might be lucky to take their driver's test in this thing. This car may look strange, but it's a bold statement in a whole new era of innovation.
You're seeing Japanese cars that are starting to look Japanese. They're just saying, hey, this is what they're going to look like. You don't like it, tough.
Talk about taking chances. How about a car that not only interacts with you, but has emotion too? Meet the Toyota Pod. You steer it with a joystick, just like a video game. See that poking out the back? It's not an antenna, it's a tail. And when you start it up, it wags to show you it's ready to go. Running out of gas, the car's exterior lights turn blue. Fill it up, golden. And with personalized interactive GPS, you're gonna feel more like you're walking your dog than driving a cold piece of steel. These are cute, fun, but who would want to buy them? And why?
The jury's still out. We don't know whether young people are going to want inexpensive cars that have a certain style and function, or style and pizzazz, versus the boxes that are being designed now that are pure function. And it's going to take a while to find out.
A lot of times, despite your best intentions as a car maker, the public looks at it and goes, are you kidding me?
So whether you love it or you think it's just plain weird, almost every concept car is going to make you take notice. And that's exactly what car makers want.
We got to throw down the gauntlet. If we're going to be different, we're going to be different. And we're going to have to show the world that we mean business.
And that risk-taking is ultimately about making an auto manufacturer recognizable and successful. So if Japanese car makers have mastered the art of designing concepts that are all about total fun, then take a look at one automaker that wrote the book on total performance. Everybody's heard of them. Mercedes-Benz. Founded in 1924, this legendary German car maker has always strived for high-end luxury and cutting-edge performance that keeps the driver in mind, especially in this car. You want something no one else can drive, something just for you? Then hop into the strange-looking moonshot, the F300 Life Rocket. It may look like one of the most insensible cars you've ever seen, but what it's done for the technology of driving is invaluable. You're not seeing things. The suspension is turning into corners just like a skier on a slalom run. This very personal concept car was the study model for a brand new prototype that unveils a whole new way of looking at driving.
The future of the automobile you won't find in crystal balls like this. You'll find it in our F400 carving.
It's a head turner for sure. Check out how these doors open. Get in and take it for a spin. You'll feel like you're in a James Bond movie, with open wheel wells and sports car styling that harkens back to another era. But where the rubber meets the road, this car is all about the future. In this animation, you can see that when the vehicle hits a corner, one side of the suspension folds into the curve, while the other stays perfectly aligned. It replicates a skier carving into a snowy hillside to take unbelievably sharp turns. The result of this technology? Let's just say if the car were an Olympic skier, it would be getting a gold medal for performance. There's no doubt concept car designers are making handling and horsepower a top priority. And Daimler Chrysler, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, has shown the world it can cover the gamut of what drivers want in a vehicle, especially American drivers. Maybe you've thought about it. Lying on a beach, catching the ultimate wave. Well, travel here to Miami, Florida, to the trend-inventing South Beach, where models and beach bums meet to live the perfect lifestyle. But when you're cruising Ocean Drive on your way to soak up the sun, you just might be able to do it in this.
I like the wood panel because I like it woody.
It might look like the old school wood cover station wagons that surfers made famous, but the Dodge Kahuna is all about present day partying.
It's about people who want to get out, enjoy life, enjoy nature, and they don't want any boundaries between them and the rest of the world.
If you thought all car designers were just nerds with pocket protectors and a knack for numbers, you haven't met Jordan Meadows. He's one of a whole new breed of designers that's obsessed with making cars functional and fun.
Sitting on $3.5 million of a corporation's money right here, and there's nothing like it.
$3.5 million. But the designers needed that kind of cash flow to give consumers a look at the wave of the future.
It has a feel that is very California. And I think we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping back in with California leading design for the US and bringing that back into the mainstream.
All the glass drops. You know, when you're in a minivan today, you're in this little cage. Here, there's no pillars. Check that out. Remember the cars in the 50s? Those old Woodies that everybody loved so much? Great materials. Here it's lacewood, aluminum, and it's real too. You know, that's classic American craftsmanship. It's not just cool on the outside, but we got some great functionality on the inside too. All of these seats drop down. They form a wave, which kind of keeps your luggage where it needs to be. Bungee cord holders, cup holders.
One look at the Kahuna, and you're gonna realize that concept cars are all about taking what you thought you knew about the driving experience and turning it on its ear.
What do you guys think? You like it? Yeah?
But why not present this car at an auto show, just like everyone else?
Problem with auto shows is you have a very isolated kind of environment where the car is static, it doesn't move, and people can't even touch it or experience it.
Step right up to it. Yeah.
And when people touch a real vehicle in the real world, they've got a real opinion.
When people come up and talk about the car, I mean, that's really what it's all about. Concept cars are experimental.
It should be a four-wheel drive because you can take this right onto the beach and then dump your boards and go riding.
Yeah, this is all great to hear. I mean,
yeah,
you get good ideas.
Yeah.
The Kahuna designers definitely want to hear what you've got to say. But if you see the Kahuna on your street, remember,
No, don't do that.
Don't touch it.
this car is worth $3.5 million.